Yo, what's going on? I'm in the whip right now. I just got off of work. What are you doing? Are you gonna move? Anyways, what's going on, man? Just got off of work. On my way to Home Depot. Gotta get some stuff. So the fence could be done at the crib. Listen, I'm back on here today because I kind of feel like I will be doing an injustice to you guys if I don't give you guys the second part of the story from my little childhood story I shared with you guys. Oh, so I feel like the story I gave you guys was technically part 2. I never gave you guys the beginning of the story. I think I just told y'all what led up into that. Alright. So shoot, I should have went. So let me tell you guys about the beginning on why my brother got in trouble anyways in the first place. Anybody know growing up, your mom did that, you walk in the house and she ain't saying nothing, she ain't even screaming, calm as she wanna be, you know something's bad, you know what's about to go down. So me and my brothers are standing there, me, my brother Carlos, and that's my oldest brother, and my brother Keith. Standing there, just came home, laughing, chuckling up, coming up the steps. Come in the house, we see my mom like that. I was like, oh shit. So my brother Carlos looked at her like, me? And she was like, mm-mm. Now mind you, she got her little cigarette, her little Newport, you know, smoking her stuff. And I was like, all right. So my brother Carlos jets to the kitchen, cause you know every time we get home from school we gotta eat. He jets to the kitchen, and I'm next pretty much in line. I'm looking at her like, me? I was like, woo. I was geeked, because I was like, dang, just getting home, I do not feel like getting beat. Because anytime my mom pulled the belt out, there ain't no going back from that. So if she pulled the belt out, 9 times out of 10, you're getting beat. Only person left is Keith. So me and my other brother, we in the kitchen like, dang, what Keith do? So he's looking, he hasn't left by the door because he don't know what's going on. He's confused because he know, all right, she told my brother no, and she told my other brother no. She told both my brothers no. I'm the only one left she could say yes to. So he's standing there, and she's just looking at him like she's giving. So we had a malfunction, but back to the story. So he's just standing there like, at this point he don't know what to do, because like I said, we're already in the kitchen whipping up whatever, but we actually trying to be nebby at the same time. So he's standing there, she looks at him or whatever, because me and my brothers, because there's 2 entrances from the kitchen, so me and my brothers looking at the one, and she just look at him and she goes, so you think you grown, huh? And I was like, oh shoot. So my brother Keith's like, Mom, what are you talking about? She was like, you think you grown, huh? And I was like, oh shoot. He still was like, she was like, yeah, so you out here having sex, huh? I was like, oh shoot. I was like, out here having sex? I said, oh man. I said, oh, my brother dead. I might as well call Walter's funeral home today. Like, this nigga is dead. So he's confused. So we found out later on that through the grapevine that his girlfriend, I don't want to say her name again, old girl, she got into it with her youngest sister. I don't want to say her youngest sister's name. So she got into it with her youngest sister. Now mind you, her youngest sister knew that my brothers were sneaking over, I guess, like throughout, you know, just going over there, whatever, throughout the night. So they got into it. My girlfriend, I said my girlfriend, my brother's girlfriend and her youngest sister got into it. So at this point, she's like, all right, well, you don't like me no more, we get into it. She tells her mom everything. She straight snitched on her about what her and my brother was doing, her letting her sneak over, the whole 9 yards. So she's already getting cussed out, chewed out. My mom must have found out while we were in school. So she was like, yeah, so you out here having sex, huh? She was like, he's like, what are you talking about? She was like, so just so happened to be sitting down at work, and old girl's mom calls me and tells me, you've been sneaking over there almost every day throughout the entire summer, and you've been over there having sex. I was like, yo, I couldn't believe it. So, anybody who knew us growing up, well, you know what? This was before the crib from the last story. We lived in this other apartment. We had to go up steps, and me and my brother Keith shared a room, and we had the biggest room because we shared the room. Now, there was 2 windows. There was one where you kind of like see like the alley / front street of the apartment complex, and then the back window, it was kind of like the escape for us if something happened, like a fire, something's collapsing. So when you come out, when you look out that window, there's stairs coming down like a wooden stairway, and I think that's pretty much for everybody because it was 4 apartments, so everybody had a window that led out to the stairwell. Well, come to find out, he was going out of there while we were asleep. He was locking the door and then jetting over to old girl's house. So at this point, he ain't saying nothing. So she pretty much ran down what I just told y'all about her sister telling, did all that. And kind of found out my little cousin knew about it. That was coming up throughout the summer. But once again, he wasn't going to say nothing. Whatever. I didn't know about it. Me or my other brother, we didn't know he was going over there. Now, mind you, like I said, growing up black parent households, they don't care if you're 17, 12, 5, you do something you're supposed to do, you're getting beat. My brother was like 16, 17. I want to say he was, I think he was about to turn 17 that year, because we just started school. Yeah, I think that December he was turning 17. Listen, like I said, my mom didn't care. So she was like, yeah, like, she's pissed off. Pretty much in the middle of me and my brother eating in the kitchen / being nebby, she told us, whatever y'all doing, get your stuff, go in the room. I was like, okay. So I'm about to go in my room. My brother Carlos snatched me up. We go in his room. We in the room ear hustling. As we're walking to his room, all I hear is pull them pants down. Anybody know who knows my mom or just knew to kind of, if people in my era knew when you heard pull them pants down, you knew you was getting your butt tore up. Now my mom, she made us pull our pants down, and we had to lay over her lap. It was over. That belt came out quicker than Pootie Tang, and it was a wrap. So me and my bro got our ear to the door. Listen, right? Next thing you know, you just hear, I told you, you think you're grown, crushing him. At first, I didn't hear him crying or nothing, because he older, he like 16, trying to thug it. But I think, now mind you, pulling the pants down, my mom got my brother's ashy booty cheeks out. You know what I mean? Not the front, but just the back, And I think after a while, he just couldn't take trying to be Terminator over my mom's lap. I am crying, crushing him. And this is right before we moved into the other place from the other story. So my mom crushed him. So he was on punishment. He was, like I say, he was on lockdown for like 2 or 3 weeks. And after he got done, he was on punishment. He wasn't allowed on no video games, no nothing. He wasn't allowed on the TV in our room. If he watched TV, he only had to be in the living room, and it was whatever we were watching. And one of his punishments was every time he come home, he had to read the Bible. Like I said, I grew up in a religious family, so well, at least my household. And every day he came home Had to do his homework, and my mom made him read the Bible for the longest. I remember like the first few days, he had to read it till he went to sleep, till bedtime. Like, she made this man either sit at the table in the kitchen, or she made him sit in the living room on the couch. And me and my brothers watch TV, and this man is up here reading the word. I mean, reading the word of God. I don't know how much he was obtaining, but he was up there with the swole face, wasn't allowed to go nowhere. Now, you know, growing up in our era, we didn't sit in the house. You know what I mean? So, us being in the house, especially when it's nice out, you felt like you just, you felt like you was missing out on everything, especially growing up. Like I said, in my era, we didn't sit in the crib. So, you thought you was just missing out on the world. So, we're out with our boys, hooping, we're doing everything. And he's in there just reading the Bible every day. And I'm telling y'all, this man, listen, it probably felt like mentally he was in jail. He went to school, homework, the word, whatever was on TV, and went to sleep. Now, we didn't have cell phones back then. And, but still, listen, my brother got crushed. I mean, he got crushed. That's why, he's the reason why I didn't lose my virginity until after I left my mother's house. You know what I mean? After I left my mother's house, because I was like, nah, I can't experience that same treatment he got. Because my mom didn't play that. That screwing around, especially when you're young and everything. My mom did not play that. And I said, you know what? I'm keeping mine, you know what, in my pants until not only am I grown, but not only until I'm grown, but when I'm growing and I move out the house. That's why I never did anything. Shout out to my older brother, Carlos. Like, he waited till he was married. You know, obviously, you know, me being a believer, that's every believer's goal. Unfortunately, I didn't meet that goal. But my brother, my oldest brother, he waited until he found his bride, and then that's when, you know, he started doing his thing. And it's crazy because my oldest brother, so my dad always lifted weights. So he was always real muscular, and my oldest brother naturally just grabbed his genetics. I think we all got good genetics from my dad, but my oldest brother, he just naturally didn't have to work out. Always just had muscles on him. It was just naturally gifted to him. It was just given by my dad. So, I mean, and then he had a mustache at an early age. Thick old mustache came in, and we all kept waves at the time. After we went through our hair braided long hair stage, and he just kept, he always looked a lot older than what he was. I mean, I remember he had girls our age looking at him. He had grown women looking at him. But my brother, and then he moved to Florida. Anybody know Florida got some of the finest women in Florida? I mean, there's just I mean, you got a mixture of everything down there, big old melting pot. And he did not give in, and he didn't do anything until he found his bride. So, but I think my mom might have been the reason why he kept his legs closed too. But I'm telling y'all, my brother got tore up, man. Listen, it was like 12 years a slave all over again. He got tore up, man. But that's just how it was growing up, man. My mom did not play. You was doing some stuff you had no business doing. She gave us some chances. Listen, you had 3 chances. My mom talked to you the first and second time. Third time, there's no talking. She snatching you up, hitting you with this, bam, bam, bam. Her wooden spatula she kept around on deck, or a shoe getting thrown at you, or once the belt came off, there was no talking. I tried to crowd my way out until I loved her plenty of times, and never happened. But I'm telling you, man, my mom tore my brother up. I should have shared this part of the story first, but you guys already watched the second one. That's once after we moved, he was still on lockdown, and all that just, yeah, got tore up again. So, but I am about to go in here. I just want to share that with you guys, man. I love you guys, man. More content on the way. Make sure you smash that subscribe button, hit that like button, man. I love you guys. You guys have a good one. Stay blessed, man. We out. it.